In today's video, we'll talk about Airbrake's deployment tracking feature. This feature is perfect for projects with frequent code iterations because it can spot problematic deployments, identify what's broken, and improve your overall code quality. From your dashboard page, click on the project you want to see deployment information for. Then click Deploys. You'll see a number of features on your deployment dashboard. First thing to note is that you can view deployment data from an hour ago up to the past 90 days if you're on a paid plan. If not, you'll be able to view deployments up to the past 7 days. Currently, we're looking at a 7-day view. You can also further fine-tune deployment to production, staging, or both. Currently, we're looking at both. The view we're seeing right now is that of error statistics. Each column here represents a new deployment. If you hover over a column, you'll see when the deploy occurred, how many errors were fixed, and how many new errors were introduced. Keep in mind that when you trigger a deployment in your Airbrake project, this resolves all errors in that specific environment. This means you'll have a fresh slate for each deploy. Let's click on a column, and we can drill down farther into this deployment. From here, you can determine what changes to the code occurred and where. We can also see any additions or deletions to the code. In the upper right corner, you have fixed errors, introduced errors, occurrences, and occurrence rate. Fixed errors refer to errors that have not reoccurred since this deployment marked them as resolved. Introduced errors are errors seen while this deployment was active. Occurrences is the total number of specific error types seen while this deployment was active. An occurrence rate tells you the frequency of these occurrences during this deployment. Diving even deeper, if you click on Fixed Errors or Introduced Errors, you'll be taken to a list on your error dashboard that shows you the errors that were fixed or introduced in this deploy. You can ensure that you're viewing the correct deployment by taking a look at the Search and Filters tab. There you'll see Resolved by Deploy and the deployment version. Heading back to our deployment drill down page, we can see who pushed the deployment at the top, as well as a comparison to the previous deploy at the bottom of the page. Now that we have a better understanding of the error statistics portion of the deployment tracking page, let's take a look at occurrence rate. This is just another snapshot of the number of occurrences, where orange signifies the number of occurrences per minute in staging, and purple signifies the number of occurrences in production. Regardless of which view you choose, the information below the graph should remain the same. This table gives you some information at a glance about each deployment. Once again, you can click on any of these rows, which will lead to the drill down page for that deployment. Finally, we have a section to the right, which shows trends associated with your deploys, such as the number of deployments, deploys with new error, and deploys with the most new errors. And that completes today's tutorial on how to get started with Airbrake Deployment Tracking. Please like and subscribe to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Deploy often, deploy fearlessly, and we'll see you in the next one.